Fort Jesus is a fort located on Mombasa Island. Designed by Italian Giovanni Battista, it was built between 1593 and 1596 by order of King Felipe II of Castile, who also reigned as King Felipe I of Portugal and the Algarves to guard the old port of Mombasa. Fort Jesus was the only fort maintained by the Portuguese on the Swahili coast and is recognized as a testament to the first successful attempt by a Western power to establish influence over the Indian Ocean trade.
Hizo ndo zilikuwa zikitumika za kupiga na kupasua meli. Na hiyo sehemu ambayo imewekwa ama zimewekwa sio original place. Mahali ambao walikuwa kiweka kitambo zilikuwa zimewekwa kule juu. Hiyo midomo hiyo kwani ulikiangalia baharini huko. Hizi zilitumiwa na British, sehemu hiyo mama amekaa hapo, na zile kule zilitumiwa na Portuguese. Portuguese waliishi hapa for 105 years. Mijikenda from local people, wao wakina Mazrui. Hao ndio walitravel mpaka Oman, wakaleta jeshi la Kiarabu hapa. Waarabu ndio walikuja wakapiga Portuguese. Waarabu walikuja hapa mwaka wa 1698. Walikuja wakawazunguka kwa nje huko Jesus, we call it siege, na wakafunga hiyo milango ya kutokea kwa bahari. Ile milango yenye ilikuwa ikitumika ya kuleta chakula na manguo, Waarabu ndio walikuja wakiblock. For 2 years and 9 months, most of the Portuguese soldiers humu ndani hawakuweza kutoka. Vyakula vyao vyote ambao walikuwa nazo zote ziliwaishia. Walibaki tu na kisima maji. We have a well there. System literature, a well. Ilichimbwa 1503 na maabutu pamoja na hao maskari wa Portuguese. Walipochimba wakapata maji ya chumvi. Lakini wale Portuguese hao walitumia hizo kupikia na kufulia nguo. Sasa Waarabu walipokuja kuwatoa ama kuwapiga, walipata hiyo maji ama hiyo kisima iko na maji. Lakini hiyo maji hawakuitrust, wakaamua wale Waarabu kuchimba yao kando ya hiyo nyingine. Sasa Waarabu waliishi hapa for 107 years, ndio walioana na some of the local people kutoka Old Town. wakaleta Swahili people. Kama hao watoto, hao ndio tunaita Waswahili. Wako weupe kama Wahindi, lakini they speak in Kiswahili kama mimi. So hii sehemu Waarabu ndio walikuwa ikawa kama military base, kambi yao ya kijeshi. Walikuwa wakiprotect the old town port. Kuna port ya kitambo, the first port iko hapo. Hiyo ndio ilikuwa ikitumika ya kwa zile meli zilikuwa zinafanywa inspection hapa before ziende old port. After then kuna grupu ya mwisho ilikuja hapa ndani. Grupu tatu ambazo zilioccupy hii sehemu ya Fort Jesus wa mwanzo ni Portuguese 1593, waliishi hapa almost 105 years. Then Arabs waliishi hapa 197 years. Alafu British walikuja wakachange hii Fort Jesus British kama jela. Na British waliishi hapa kwa 1895 mpaka 1958. 1960 huo ndio mwaka British walitoka hapa wakajenga hii nyumba.
The designer of the fort was inspired by Italian architect Pietro, while the master builder was Caspar Rodriguez. The fort was Cairito's last overseas work. Although the design of Fort Jesus is an example of Renaissance architecture, the masonry techniques, building materials, and labor are believed to have been provided by the local Swahili people. The fort was built in the shape of a man as per viewed from the air, and is roughly square with 4 bulwarks at its corners. The fort is considered a masterpiece of late Renaissance military fortification. Fort Jesus was captured and recaptured at least 9 times. After the Portuguese recaptured it, they refurbished it and built more fortifications, subsequently making it harder for the fort to fall. The capture of the fort marked the end of Portuguese presence on the coast, although they briefly captured and reoccupied it between 1728 and 1729. The fort fell under local rule from 1741 to 1837, when it was again captured by the Omanis and used as a barrack. Fort Jesus was declared a national park in 1958 and 2011, and it was declared a World Heritage Site by UNESCO and highlighted as one of the most outstanding and well-preserved examples of 16th century Portuguese military fortifications. The fort is Mombasa's most visited tourist attraction. Between 1631 and 1875, the fort was won and lost 9 times by the nations contesting control of Kenya. The Omanis took the fort in 1698 after a notable siege of almost 3 years. It was declared a historical monument in 1958. Today, it houses a museum. The fort was designed by a Milanese architect who was the chief architect for Portuguese possessions in the East. It was the first European-style fort constructed outside Europe, designed to resist cannon's fire. Today, it is one of the finest examples of 16th century Portuguese military architecture. The fort quickly became a vital possession for anyone with the intention of controlling Mombasa Island or the surrounding seas of trade. When the British colonized Kenya, they used it as a prison until 1958, when they converted it into a historical monument. James Kickman was then assigned to excavate the monument, which he did with a large use of external historical documents from 1958 to 1971. The architecture of the fort represents the outline of a person lying on their back with their heads towards the sea. The height of the wall is 18 meters, and the original Portuguese fort had a height of 15 meters. The fort combines Portuguese, Arab, and British elements, this being the major powers that held it at different times in history. The Portuguese and British presence is preserved in the presence of their respective cannons. The Portuguese cannons had a range of 200 meters, while the British cannons had a range of 300 meters.
So this is the end of the tour. That's why we walk all over this place. We start from the head. This is the side of the head, this is the side of the ocean. Tumekuja na hii left arm inside ya huku. Tukaingia on the body where we see the Mazui Hall, where the people they used to do their meetings. So here now we're on the body. We have the church, wells, and also we have got to see the skeleton of a well and the Portuguese soldier who was dead. Those are the cannon ball and the cannon gun. I'm going to show you after here. And the other side huku, ile ilikuwa ni storage ya gunpowder. Mahali ile gun ilikuwa ikiwekwa. So this place, it has got almost 2.5 acres of land. For this time, I think the tour will be ended instead of this for Jesus. So next time, mkija mapema, nitawapeleka the other side of the old town. And all this building was built the design of the Islamic things at the top by the Arabs. Okay? Yeah, the other foundation like this building here, it was just renovated later by the British in year 1960. That's why we see some of the artifacts inside there. So Kenyan government, they just renovate this museum. That's why they put some of the new, the old things, we call it artifacts, and the new things that can market our heritage. Like the Gede ruins, you see the model of the Gede ruins there. So for those few remarks, I say thank you. Thank you for coming. Thank you for the cooperation, how we take our tour of the fort. So I wish you all the best and Happy New Year, okay? Among the Mijikenda, me, I'm Adigo. I'm from the south coast of Diani, a place known as Kinondoni. Sawa? Yeah. Okay, any question?
Thank you so much, Sir Ali.
Okay.
We've learned a lot. And most of the things you never knew. We really thank you. And also you can come to Fort Jesus. It's a very good place. So make sure, at least when you're here in Mombasa, don't leave without visiting this place. You learn quite more and it's also enjoyable. So don't also forget to subscribe to my channel. See you.
Thank you.
This is Ayaya, the one you are dancing with, as you already see. And dancing is very fun. We enjoyed actually with him. And he's also a friendly person. So also when you come here, don't forget to visit him. And you will enjoy more while dancing. So he will tell you more about himself.
Okay, Mr. Ayaya Susa, hii ndio kazi yangu. Nimeanza mwaka wa 87. Kutoka Nairobi mpaka 2003 nikatoka nikaja Mombasa. Sasa nimekuwa nyumbani na nimesomesha watoto form 4 wakamaliza wote. Sasa na enjoy peni langu kupata, natengeneza mambo naweza. Ukinitaka namba yangu 07 27 32 93 11 unampata Ayaya hapa Fort Jesus. Karibuni sana wa Kenya. Nafikiri wote wameenjoy.